Hi everyone, and welcome to the third video in the planting series covering all the new planting features and workflows in Environment for Revit version 15. So in the previous videos, we opened the Planting Family Manager and explored how to create a planting mix. So we saw that everything is based on the planting family that is packed with parameters and botanical and all kinds of information that you want to put in there. And then we're going to the planting mix tab, and we can create planting mixes from these planting families. A planting mix is essentially just a bunch of definitions. We take the information from the planting family, and then we define placement rules, and we can also represent this mix using slabs. So in my case, I chose to use floors to represent the mixes. So you can see in this image over here an example of how I can place these mixes as slabs. And essentially this slab is a three-dimensional planting mix area or planting area. So that's just one way of representing, and we covered it in the second video. So as you can see here, I have my planting mixes in place, and they're, of course, as I said, three-dimensional. And in this video, I want to cover the topic of documentation. So in this video, we're going to talk about tagging these planting areas in a plan view. And in the next video, we're going to cover scheduling. So I'm just going to move to the 2D view over here, and I can show you my sheet that is organized. I have a separate view for just the trees and large shrubs. And over here, I have all the areas, all the planting areas in my plan. So as we covered in the previous two videos, every slab like that, again, in my case, this is a floor. I prefer using them. Environment embeds all the metadata in the slab itself, so you can easily tag and schedule it. And then what you should do is just, as you tag everything else, just go to Annotate, Tag by Category, and then of course I'm going to click on Tab so I can hit the floor, and now I have my tag in place. So let's take a look at what tag is it, because again, this is not a native parameter. This is a shared parameter created by Environment for Revit. And if I'm going to go here to Loaded Tags and Symbols, and I'll go down to floors in my case, then I can see that Environment automatically adds this planting mix floor tag, and it's actually editable and customizable just like any regular Revit tag. So if you know how to deal with tags, you know how to deal with this one. The reason why Environment is creating this tag automatically is to make your life easier and connect it with the shared parameter with all the embedded information in it. And that's same goes to toposolids. Then I will find the planting mix toposolid tag. So it's already over there. And all right, so placing the tag is fairly easy. But now what I want is to understand, how do I control what is shown in this tag? So let's go to Environment tab over here. And under the documentation panel over here, I have the drop-down arrow, and I have here the planting mix parameter feature. And this is correct to version 15. It will probably change in the next few versions. We want to make it a little bit more accessible. So please check our user guide, of course. So I'm going to click on the planting mix parameter. And this one, so let me just explain how it works. What you see here in the tag is actually one long shared parameter that is text-based. So what we're doing, we're taking all the parameters, whether from the slab itself or from the original planting families that are in the mix definition, and we're compiling it into a text parameter that can show in your tags and schedules. And you can go over here to the planting mix parameter window and define it, refine it, and customize what you want to see. So for example, what I want to see over here is I want to see the botanical name. So for me, the botanical name, I decided that it would be a shared parameter in the planting family. So what I can do, because I don't see it here in the list, I can click on Use Custom Parameters. Then I reopen the list, and I can get parameters from all over. So the brown ones are shared parameters. I'm going to search for the parameter that I want to show. So I want to show plant botanical name. And of course, you have this refresh button. If you added new parameters and you don't see them in the list, please use the update button over here. So I want to see the botanical name. And then what I want to see is actually the density. And again, the black options are the mix definitions, just like you define them in the Planting Family Manager under the Mix tab. And for the other parameters, you can see what category they belong to. The brown parameters are shared parameters. So it's all the relevant parameters, whether from the planting family, whether shared parameters, or the mixed definition. So I want to see the density over here. And I can use different separators. So for example, I can have like a text, like a text line, and then a separator between them and another information, or just like spacing. So you can see the separators over here. I actually like to use the spacing. That's aesthetically more clean in my opinion, but again, this is completely customizable. So that's what I want to see. I want to see the botanical name and the density, which means plants per square meter or square foot, whatever units you're using. And then I'm going to click on OK. And once I click on OK, it actually updates all the planting tags in this project. So let me click on OK, and you will see how everything updates. Now, for me, it actually requires a bit of work like that, you know, to kind of organize everything, because the other design that I did not include the leaders for the tags. But of course, another option is just to go again to annotate tag by category. I will click on tab to select the floor, and then I can place my tag. So currently in version 15 or 15.1, we have a few limitations. So I'm still not able to show the mix name that I want to show, although it does, it is in there in the slab information, and you can show it in the schedule, but we are going to improve for 15.2 and 16. These abilities and flexibility to use parameters over here is going to be a lot better. So we're going to improve it immensely. But yeah, currently this is how it's done. So it's very, very easy. Again, we have the planting areas that we use the planting area tool to place. That was very easy. We saw it in the last video. Once they are over there, just go to annotate tag by category. If you can't find the tag, go over here to loaded tags and find the specific tag you want. What do we do if we don't find a tag, or if we want to create a new tag? So of course, there's always the option to click on the tag, click on edit family, and just do whatever you want with it in the family editing mode. But there's another option in the planting mix parameter interface that I didn't show you. So let's open the planting mix parameter again. And over here, you actually have an option to create a new default tag and then automatically customize it. So if you want to have a few different types of tags, or you just don't want to mess with it, you know, in the project itself, click on create new tag, then give it a name. So it's my new mix tag in this case. Browse to save it, and then you can select whether it should be a floor or topo solid tag. Click on OK, and then immediately environment would open it in the in the family editing window or environment, right? Then, of course, you can click on the edit label and see the planting mix parameter over here. You can add other parameters if you want. Everything that is related to floor that can be used over here. And then, of course, you could just edit type and change the font. I have this one that I really, really like. So you can change the font. You can change the sizes. Let's load it into the project. Yes, that's not the... So now I can decide to use the new tag that I created. Let's go back to 2D view and annotate tag by category. Make sure that I'm using the new tag. So that's new mix tag, of course. And then I'm able to create a different tag. Currently, we're only able to present one set of information that you select in the planting mix parameter. If this doesn't align with your workflow in some way, if there's something else that is missing and you need, well, we're open for you to talk to us. So just go to our website, arcintelligence.com, and click on contact us and reach out to us. Tell us about your workflow and what is missing. We'd be happy to hear. One last tip for the end of this video. You can see that the textures over my floors are very smooth, although my floors are shape edited. And if you're a Revit user, you probably know that shape edited floors in Revit don't display the patterns so nicely. So let's go to Visibility Graphics, go to the Floors category, and reveal the foreground pattern over here. Click on OK. And you can see that the textures are really broken because my floors are shape edited. So let's Control Z. I'm going to hide them again. And so this is my tiny tips to finish this video about documenting your planting mix areas. When you click on this floor, go to Environment, and we have this feature, Object Outline. It's a legacy feature. We have it for a long time. It solves many, many issues. It's also going to improve in Environment version 15, but currently you could just pick the floor, go to Object Outline, and it automatically creates a filled region on top of your floor. This is a filled region from a new type. It inherits all the graphic definition that the floor or the toposolid or the roof had into a filled region. So this together allows you to create a really, really smooth workflow to document your planting area plan. This is it for today. As I said, in the next video, we're going to talk about the planting area schedule feature and how easy it is to also create schedules for these planting areas. And after that, we're also going to talk about how Area Scatter can connect to the planting mix definition and allow you to actually scatter individual planting elements. That's it. If you like us, there's a free trial on our website, arcintelligence.com.